Program is an opinion program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show. You can hear my show Monday through Friday, 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in Huntsville. With me, as always, Mecca Music, the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people, smart enough to feed Donald Trump that killer line about calling Huntsville, get this, the Rocket City.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
I've never heard it before. The president is an absolute genius. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We also have another absolute genius here with us. Not the president, not myself. Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth will be here as well. We'll talk with him, and I've got a parting shot for you as well. But right now, let's go ahead and get to the 2-minute warning. All right, this is the longest foregone conclusion I think we've ever seen. I've been talking to members of Congress, members of the state government, you name it, for the longest time, and I've been told it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and it finally has. So we now know that the Space Command HQ is moving back to where it's supposed to be, and that is in Huntsville, Alabama, at Redstone Arsenal. Now, this fight has been going on for a very long time behind the scenes, I guess, with members of the Colorado delegation being very upset about this, and Donald Trump saying, "I don't care." You've seen the videos of Dale Strong and Donald Trump on the lawn of the White House talking about this. I've talked to every member of Congress about this. Becca, what in the world took so long here?
Well, okay, first of all, let's talk about yay, it did finally happen.
Correct.
This is the best week ever for Mecca. I always want to talk about this every week until you're finally like, no, we can't talk about it.
Can we wait till something happens?
Every week.
Yeah.
But it did finally happen, and this is a huge deal. And I want to point out, there's a lot of say, oh, this is political, the president is playing political games.
He is.
Why are you saying that?
I mean, he is.
No, because
there's a political side to this.
Okay, there might be a political side to this.
If Biden had moved it to a purple
report after report
I
after
agree with
report
you.
had Huntsville as the number one choice, and overall choice was Huntsville,
all
Alabama.
True. All true. But
thank you. I would just like everybody to keep that in mind.
Had it gone to Texas, had he moved it to somewhere else, just maybe he was just trying to punish Tommy Tuberville or whatever. and by the way, we were told Tommy Tuberville was solely responsible for losing this. Okay, and that comes after I was told by multiple people, Mo Brooks is going to make it so we never get Space Command. All these like excuses of why it was never going to happen. Then it happened, and they took it for absolutely no reason. Now, if you want to ask why we have it, it's because of guys like Mo Brooks and Tommy Tuberville and Dale Strong and all these other people who have been fighting for this entire time before we even heard about it. This fight has been out there.
Well, right. Now, there's been a long.
Right, it's been going on for a very long time. And Joe Biden, you're right, moved it. That was the political move. No question about it. And I'm glad to see it come back. Like you said, it was number one in a whole bunch of different rankings and things like that. It was sour grapes. But Donald Trump opened the door for another lawsuit when he was like, oh, it's about the mail-in voting. And everyone's standing there. I know every person is going, what? Stop saying that. This is about what's happening.
Well, there is lawsuit noise going on now. I mean, so basically, we just need to build and build fast.
Well, that was Colorado's plan. They were laying down concrete and they were building stuff, but they had no way to protect it. And that was one of the biggest problems.
They don't have room there. I'll say that again.
I don't care about them at all. They lose. All right, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about these tax cuts. 1.5 billion. That is the number that is getting bantered about. And I love it. I love this idea, and I love the way they have done this in the legislature. They slowly trickle out these tax cuts year after year, and every year they talk about how they have done more of them. No problem with it. Food tax cut on what? Diapers, feminine products, all these other things that they have done. I love it, and I'm especially going to love it when they come back in the next year and they try to make an argument about how they need more money in order to say, I don't know, let's say the internet sales tax, and they want to try to rejigger that a little bit. But the 1.5 billion, they should be touting this. It went into place here recently. It's money in your pocket. It goes back into the economy, recirculates, and all this other stuff. Unlike the overtime tax cut, when that money goes into your pocket, that doesn't recirculate. Wait, which argument are we making today? Oh, okay, I'm just trying to make sure which one it was. I can't believe they let that one run out. Go
Okay,
ahead.
well, I'm looking forward to talking to our guest about this because
Okay.
he was leading the charge on this to make this happen. But furthermore, you could argue that this tax break affects more Alabamians than just the overtime tax.
Absolutely.
And that's what they'll say.
Yes, more people buy food than work overtime. That is correct. But let me just say this. I hate these things.
Why?
I hate
You
school.
hate tax
I hate school tax holidays. I hate hurricane prepare or whatever weather preparedness holidays. I
Yeah.
hate them all. You know why?
Why?
It's a scam. It's how you buy votes. Oh, I'm gonna here. We've saved you this money on this and that. Just to me, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it.
So this is just to buy votes. It's not to actually provide a break for Alabama.
No, it does both.
Okay.
I'm not
so-
suggesting that that's not the case. I'm just giving you you're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. I mean, this isn't like something like that. And again, I support it, but I'm just saying this is the same thing happened. How did we get to feminine hygiene products?
I'm so glad.
How did we get to
That
but
is
why?
so nice.
Hold on. Just because I shave with a non-pink razor, all of a sudden we're not having this conversation?
Well, have you heard of the pink tax then?
Yeah.
So maybe this offsets that.
Oh yeah, because I was going to say something about how women have a lot of other built-in advantages that men don't have. That might be nice for you guys to actually pay for something for once in a while. But that is a completely it's a completely different story. But the point is this: when you do stuff like this, they always go to try to find the next thing to do it on. Like, and I'm fine with it. But
You can just draw it out.
You draw it out, and the next year you claim more. That's how
great.
it's great.
It's a good plan.
Great plan. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the AG race and the lieutenant governor race. Now, the lieutenant governor race. Here's what I know about that one so far. There's an insane person running around saying that a girl's going to beat all these boys. I mean, that's it. That's it for the lieutenant governor's race. And when it comes to the AG's race, it's a bunch of money. I mean, that's the story here. We were watching Jay Mitchell, a Supreme Court member, and Catherine Robertson, who's the right-hand man of Steve right-hand person, excuse me, of Steve, right-hand they of Steve Marshall, and then there. So that
There's
is
also
the
a third
battle.
candidate in that race as well.
Who?
Pam Kasem?
Did you see how you answered that question?
Okay.
That probably tells you a little bit about the
listen,
conversation.
this is a very interesting race. There's been some recent, I guess you could call them attack ads or pieces about the money. Do you think that's effective? I think that's kind of hit or miss a lot of times.
Absolutely effective.
You think so?
There's a reason why people pump negative money or money into negative campaigns. It
Well,
works.
I know, but
It
that's
absolutely works.
specific kind. And as far as
It doesn't
the other
matter what
race,
it
you've
is.
got.
They convinced people that Mo Brooks was like an Al Qaeda loving, tax spending immigrant lover. It just makes absolutely no sense.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but it is pretty
It
funny.
is true. It's what they did.
The
only thing they didn't do is put him in the full gear, of ISIS. I mean,
But as far as the other ways, you've got Wessa Ellen, you've got Rick Pate, and Nicole Wadsworth. I think is the person you were referencing at the very
yes,
beginning.
that is the person I was referencing. The doctor, I believe it is. Is that correct? From the made-up university?
Yes.
Yeah. That race is going to get a lot of attention because of her.
Yeah.
But it's only going to be in the sideshow variety.
Right.
I mean, that's the only thing.
I mean, and I think Allen is still considered the front runner, although Rick Pate is a solid candidate.
Yeah, those two are fine. She's a joke, but just toss her to the side. On the issue of the AG race, I mean, I think Catherine Robertson made a pretty good point. She struck out very clearly and said he's going to take trial lawyer money. That is effective in a GOP primary. Mm-hmm. And she's making that point, which means she's not going to. So if he does, boom. If he doesn't, well, she's already kind of thrown it out there. So I think that's effective. That race is going to get super ugly for a reason that is different than the other race getting super ugly.
Agree.
This race, this super ugly.
I don't know how super ugly. I don't know.
Oh, no. It's already starting. That's going to be an ugly race.
It is a race to watch.
The one's going to be ugly, the other's going to be dumb. I'll put it that way. That would probably be the way that they would look at that. All right, moving on. Let's talk about these town halls. We mentioned them last week, 2 weeks in a row we're talking about them. But something happened this week that made me very, very happy. Last week we talked about Barry Moore, the congressman from Enterprise running for the United States Senate, who was on this show a couple weeks ago. He had a town hall, and at that town hall, a bunch of malcontents showed up and started screaming and yelling and all these other things. He took an hour worth of questions, and then he left. How did AL.com frame it? He fled the town hall after talking to these guys for an hour. So what is the benefit of him doing that? He goes and he shows up and he talks to a bunch of people who already hate him, and then the media, who also hates him, frames him in a way that makes him look like a coward. Dale Strong, I'm not saying this is how this played out, but this is basically the gist of it. Said, I don't want any part of that. He goes and shows up to an event that was set up for him with, I believe, the Madison County Republican women, and he goes and meets with them, and a bunch of these people show up to scream and yell, and they tell them, get bent. We're not letting you in. That's the end of this. We're not doing that. And Dale Strong is 100% right to do that. His political opponent was in the parking lot screaming about something. I think his name's Danny DeVito or something, or Jeremy DeVito. It doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter what his name is. But the point is, in reality, that's what this is all about. And something else happened. Chuck Fleischman, a congressman from Tennessee, the Chattanooga area, went to the Chattanooga Times Free Press and said the one thing that Republicans are afraid to do. I'm not doing it. I'm never doing it, and there's no way you could ever get me to do this. And that is exactly the right thing to do. If you're a Republican congressman and you are talking to these people, you are a moron, and there's no other way to put it. So I know you love town halls.
No, I said it last week. It breaks my heart that we cannot do this because this is so great. This is what makes our system so great. You know,
boo! Shame! No, that's exactly it. That's exactly what they do.
Okay, point made. Yeah. Point made. But it is still heartbreaking that we can't do this.
No, I
and you're saying it's dumb. I admire Congressman Moore for getting out there and talking to people, even people who would behave like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a very admirable thing to do, but it does not make any sense. They've marginalized themselves. There's no reason for them to talk to them. And if they go there, all they do is get yelled at, and then they're going to use it. Barry Moore's town hall ended up on MSNBC and all these other places, and they said he fled the town hall. He didn't. He talked to him for an hour.
Right.
So it's a lie.
I can't believe you just booed me.
Boo! Moving on. We'll talk with Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth here in just a second. Nobody's going to boo him. Not here on this program. It's Alabama Politics This Week. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll be right back.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I'm Dale Jackson. This is Mecca Music.
And this week we have Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, great to be on the show.
I want to start with obviously the biggest news this week, Space Command. Talk to us. Was this a political decision?
Yeah, no, I disagree with Dale. I don't think it was. I think it was based on facts. I mean, 3 different independent reports, showed Alabama number 1, right? And then I think, in my opinion, one of the worst things President Biden did was take it away from Alabama. That was political. Sent it to a blue state. But I mean, President Trump just put it back in the state it belonged on merit, right? And I think when you look at Huntsville, I mean, more engineers and PhDs per capita anywhere in the world. We're the aerospace capital of the world. Certainly this has been a team effort. I've enjoyed, being the national chair of the Aerospace States Association, work with our senators, congressmen, state leaders. But I mean, look, I think home run, thank you to President Trump for bringing this back to Alabama. I think this will be a 100-year game changer. Continue the legacy of us being the original Rocket City, right? Yeah. And so excited about it. But I mean, big news. And I guess I can like Colorado again. I didn't like that state for a few years and kind of boycotted it. But now I guess I can go back. So.
Well, I'll tell you, the political side I think is keeping it alive. And what I mean by that is it could have just been left there. Like after this bad decision was made and we kept it alive and it came baback. I agree with the decision for all the reasons you just laid out. Let's move past that for a second. You're the lieutenant governor. You've changed this office. I don't think there's any question about it. You've been more involved legislatively than any one of my time in Alabama. I've been here about 20 years. And you've made that into a position of prestige that, I'm just going to be honest, it did not have before. And I think that's why you got people who want it so bad now. Are you surprised to see so many people going after? I know you had a contested race with Twinkle Kavanaugh the first time around, but it still was not seen as a prestigious seat. You've changed that. How have you changed it and why?
Yeah, I mean, I think first, thinking back to that race, kind of nice not running this time, actually having my life back, think back to running. But I'll say this, I mean, when we ran, the goal was simple. We wanted to be the most active lieutenant governor in the state's history. And anybody that knows me knows if I jump into something, we want to make a difference. And so we've done that. How did we do it? We had great staff around us. We built relationships with leaders across the state and also in D.C. And then we just tried to make a difference every day. I think if you do that, no matter what position you're in, you can make a difference. Plus got guys like you, Dale, that were going to, wear me out if I didn't do that. Sure. So, I mean, and I had a lot of people that helped me get to my spot, including you, both of y'all. But, I mean, and I also think the fact that, we push for things to help North Alabama. And I think, that's important because for so long, I remember somebody told me, oh, you're from the wrong part of the state. You cannot win. I had somebody tell me that when I announced for lieutenant. And we proved that you can. And I think, that gives other candidates in North Alabama hope for running statewide that you can win. And that certainly the population shifted to Birmingham North.
And also, I wanted to ask you, just kind of piggybacking on Dale's question, I mentioned earlier leading the charge on so many things. One of those things was the grocery tax. Talk to us. I'm sure, I don't know if you heard Dale's comments. He's not a fan, but he is a fan.
I am a fan. You guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm all these things. 100% a fan, but I also appreciate the politics behind it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But talk about what a difference this will make for Alabamians.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the grocery tax, I mean, Dale's like me. He likes to eat, right? I mean, so with that, I mean, honestly, the real truth on that, we wanted to do a tax that was going to impact everyone. And what could we do to do that? And if you look at a lot of our tax structure in our state, so much of it was dictated by Paul Hubbard and the AEA. We're trying to undo that. Here's one of the things we're trying to do. And for so long, it was sacred, couldn't do it. I think when you look at it, other states don't have it. We're going to continue to look at it from a strategic standpoint over the next 16 months. If I'm lieutenant governor, what can we eliminate to make us more competitive from a tax standpoint? We're the #2 state for veterans to retire in. The state that's number one is Florida. And the reason they're number one is because of their tax policy. So tax policy matters. We thought on the grocery tax, being able to eliminate that would impact everybody and help us on a ranking standpoint when it comes to any type of economic development or ranking on, why somebody wants to retire here. And the goal is to be number one on that. So we're looking at ways we can help our military families to get to number one.
So you can change politics with you have a little Trump-esque side to you, where you can change politics with a tweet or a Facebook message. You can raise an issue and people will pay attention to it because you do that. But you're stepping away after the next election. You're not running for another office. What do you do after that? Are you going to stay involved?
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to stay involved. My plan is, I hadn't planned on talking about this, but, going to work hard, the next 16 months to continue to make our state the best. Help, I think Tommy Tuber will be the next governor, help him, set up to be successful. And I'm going to start a group called Alabama Forward, and moving Alabama forward in economic development, education, recruiting industry, making sure, we do common sense infrastructure stuff like I-65, right? Making sure we invest in parts of the state that are growing, like Huntsville, and instead of just putting money, on the West Alabama Highway that doesn't make sense, and calling people out for projects that make sense, and also policies. We're going to have a policy conference every year where we're actually going to help the legislature understand, what are other states doing? How can we continue to, towards the goal of being number one in everything? So I plan on being engaged, but I'll do it from the private sector, more policy, helping shape the conversation. Want y'all to be a part of that for sure. But yeah, want to be engaged. Good thing is I get to see you a lot more at some of the ball games, so that's a good thing, and spend a lot more time in North Alabama. And and I think, look, I don't think the door's closed on public service. I think depending on if Tuberville does 1 or 2 terms, I think you could potentially see me run for governor when he's done. 2030,
Will Ainsworth, he announced right here, so get ready. That's what I heard from this conversation. Let me ask this. You talk about I-65. You made that into a conversation, and it was after the West Alabama Highway thing. You made that a conversation. It got traction. Yep. People paid attention to it. People are paying attention to it now. Has that moved significantly forward?
It's moved, I wouldn't say significantly. It's moved forward, right? If you travel on 65, you'll notice Governor Ivey under Director Cooper, which I'm not a big fan of Director Cooper. I think he could do things better. But he has started moving the needle on 65 in certain stretches that are bottlenecks. But we need, and this is my argument all along, any business, any government, whatever, if you're going to be successful, we need a long-range plan. We need that, and 65 needs that. And I'm hoping, Senator Tuberville, if he's governor, will do that, and then make sure, it'll probably take 8 to 10 years to get it done, and, check that off the list, work on the next project. So
there's a lot happening here. There's a lot of things happening over the next couple of years. I know you're going to be involved, and I know you'll be around, so we look forward to having you back on the program. And again, we have a whole bunch of time until the next election anyway. You make it sound like you're done now. That's not really the case. You said 18 more months. There's a whole legislative session. Thank you very much for being here, Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth. Mecca, she's leaving as well. Show gets so much better. So stay tuned. My parting shot's next, right here on Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus, live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tell them Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. Before we jump in to the parting shot, let me remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast, the 7 things you should be talking about today. And every single day, you'll learn those 7 things right there in your email box every single morning, yellowhammernews.com. You can also see my videos, including my sports videos I've been doing there as well. Paul Feinbaum followed me on Twitter. They must be great. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to the parting shot. My parting shot this week is directed at everyone who seems to forget how we actually got here when it comes to this situation with Space Command. And yes, both our guest, Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth, and my co-host Mecca Music are correct. The politics are when Joe Biden decided to move it out in the first place. He's the one that decided to do all of this, and all the people who praised him for doing that over the issue of abortion, and that was it. They were mad at Tommy Tuberville because he didn't want the government paying for abortions that they are not legally allowed to pay for, so they wanted to punish him. That was a big part. I'm not saying it's not something that was going to happen anyway, just because of the pure politics of it, but when they made it about that particular issue, they galvanized a lot of people on that particular issue, and that's why Space Command is now back where it belongs. But remember why it moved in the first place. And our friends in the local media, a lot of them blame Tommy Tuberville and everyone else. None of that's true. This was a decision by Joe Biden to spite Tommy Tuberville and spite Alabama in favor of Colorado, and it just didn't work out. So we won, they lost. It's now over. Congratulations to us. Thank you very much for watching and listening to Alabama Politics this week all over the great state of Alabama. We'll talk to you soon.
Opioids, they were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Get the latest scoop on Bama straight from the coach's mouth. Stream the Kalen DeBoer Show anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.